Coming to you live from a Walmart parking lot in a men's restroom, this is Thicc Inc.
We are live here with your host, top 100 Madden player Tristan Kilgannon, and ESPN featured athlete Isaiah Ashley. We are going to bring to you our Super Bowl 54 predictions, where the Kansas City Chiefs are going to be taking on the San Francisco 49ers. Let us know who you think is going to win the Super Bowl. Lob us a like and a sub. Isaiah, why don't you start us off with talking about the Chiefs?
There are two words which you can use to describe the Kansas City Chiefs offense. Those words are Patrick Mahomes. After shaking off a knee injury, the Wolves sidelined many other players for a whole year. Mahomes has been on a tear. He has won 8 straight leading into the playoffs, including victories over the Patriots, Texans, and Titans. It is clear that Patrick Mahomes is the premier quarterback in the NFL. His supporting cast includes the future Olympian Tyreek Hill, who is capable of making the fastest players in the NFL look like they're running in sand. Travis Kelce, a monster of a tight end who demands a double team inside the red zone or he will score, as well as the deepest wide receiving core in the league with notable names like Sammy Watkins, Mecole Hardman, and Demarcus Robinson. All these pieces combined for what, in my opinion, is the best passing attack in NFL history. On the other side of the ball, you have the Chiefs defense, a unit that is led by Tyrann Mathieu, the Honey Badger, a man who has made the All-Pro team at 2 different positions this year. And with him, you have a defensive tackle, Chris Jones, who, despite having the most generic name in the world, is one of the premier sack masters at his position in the NFL. He's one of the few individuals on defense who, if you mess up, if you make a slight mistake, can change the course of a game in one snap. Besides those 2 forces of nature, there isn't much else to talk about in the Chiefs' defense, with the exception of the ever-loud Frank Clark, who enjoys giving teams bulletin board material that underperforming. If there is a weakness on this team, it is a lack of linebackers who are capable of covering both the run and the pass. Leading this team is the great Red Walrus Andy Reid, a Hall of Fame coach through and through, who has led explosive offense after explosive offense throughout his tenure in the NFL. Despite this, the man has never won a ring. With the salary cap looming, this could be Andy Reid's last chance to compete with a team this talented.
And the Chiefs are here to begin their dynasty. It feels good to know that I said before the season they would be in the Super Bowl. Granted, prior to the season, many people held this belief, besides homers like Isaiah, who thought the Patriots would be in the Super Bowl.
I said the Browns would be in the Super Bowl. Get your facts right.
Same thing. Either way, homer. I think they're in the same position that Seattle was in a few years ago. They have a chance to build a dynasty and be extremely dominant. And this game, it all depends on this game. They need to win it. Over the past few games, Patrick Mahomes has been on a tear. He's thrown for 8 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 127 quarterback rating, 615 yards passing. That's over 2 games, not 3. He even has 106 yards rushing to add to those 2 playoff games. The man is putting up crazy statistics. And that being said, he was playing against 2 lesser defenses, one of the worst defenses in the NFL in the Texans, and then you also have the Titans, who had a lot of talent, but they take big plays. They're 21st in yards given up during a season, and if you want to say, well, they locked up the Ravens, and who's the other team they played?
The Patriots.
Brain fart. And they locked up the Patriots. The Patriots offense isn't very good. And the Ravens still put up a shit ton of yards. The Ravens just weren't able to score the ball, mainly because they didn't get it on 2 4th-and-1 conversions. So they didn't play 2 fantastic defenses yet. And this brings me to the 49ers. The 49ers are the real deal on defense. The 49ers held Aaron Rodgers, who many people consider to be one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, to less than 20 points. And you can argue that it should have been even less. 13 of their points came at a time in the game when it was simply over. There was no way they were going to come back. And the week before that, they absolutely obliterated the Vikings offense, who had an immense amount of talent there, from Adam Thielen, Dalvin Cook, Stephon Diggs, Kyle Rudolph, Kirk Cousins. The list goes on. It'll be interesting to see how their defense is able to keep up with an offense who came back from 24-0 in a quarter.
It is only fitting that the highest flying offense in the league is facing a juggernaut of a defense. The San Francisco 49ers have made those who predicted them with 5 or less wins this year look like fools. They have done this by strangling the life out of opposing teams' offense. This team is being led by an elder statesman of the game and the self-proclaimed best corner in the game, Richard Sherman. Sherman has risen from the ashes of a torn Achilles in a lost season and is now leading the most dominant defense since the Legion of Boom. I wonder what the common factor is there. Sherman has made it more productive for opposing teams' quarterbacks to throw the ball into the ground instead of testing him in coverage. With his third All-Pro selection, it is clear that if the Chiefs want to pass the ball, they'll have to stay away from him or try and beat him over the top. But Sherman is far from alone. Leading the defensive line is DeForest Buckner, an underappreciated yet deadly weapon who is capable of getting pressure on any O-line and suffocating the life out of any run game. With him is Nick Bosa, the rookie phenomenon who has put the league on notice there is a new sack master in the West. But wait, there's more. This defense is so strong that names like K'Wan Williams, Eric Armstead, and the better Mosley, as well as D Ford, go unnoticed. After facing the best offenses the NFC has to offer, the 49ers D is still standing strong and ready to face Mahomes. While often overshadowed by the defense, the 49ers offense is nothing to scoff at. A group led by Team Morstead, Tevin Coleman, and Matt Breida, all of whom are capable of punishing a defense in their own separate ways. Blocking for this triumvirate is the O-line, a young yet sturdy core who dominates on short, powerful running plays. Since we're talking about run blocking, let's talk about the best run blocking tight end in the game, George Kittle. He is a beast on the block and capable of springing plays open with his phenomenal footwork and great hand positioning. Oh, a baller too. Pretty impressive. And in combination with Kittle, you have Emmanuel Sanders, a man who has revived his career after being traded from the Broncos and being put in a system with a somewhat functional quarterback. All this while being led by Kyle Shanahan, the man looking to prove himself as a coach and overcome the shadow of 28-3.
And, I agree with you. Most of everything you said, most of our stuff aligns with our analysis of both teams. Are you ready to give our prediction?
I am more than ready to give my prediction. Are you ready to be wrong?
I will start off. So the way I think, Jimmy G hasn't thrown the ball at all with a combined 17 attempts in the last two games. And I think when you get to the Super Bowl stage, this is definitely going to be a problem. At some point in this game, Jimmy G is going to have to make a play, march down the field, and lead the 49ers to victory. Will he be able to do that is a major question mark in my book. Raheem, the Dream, the Scheme, Mostert will not be there the whole entire game. The Chiefs absolutely locked up Derrick Henry, the human train last game, and I think they have a very good shot at doing this to Mostert this game and the entirety of the 49ers rushing attack. If the Chiefs get out ahead, I don't think you're going to see the 49ers stick with their game plan, and we're going to see a result kind of like the Titans game, except the 49ers have a lot more talent and are more well-rounded, so that'll make it a close game. They're going to feel the pressure. 49ers are going to try and hang with them, but in the end, the Chiefs are going to win the game, in my opinion.
I disagree with you on a lot of things about that prediction, but I'm just going to say this. I don't like either of these two teams. The Kansas City Chiefs have populated their roster with people of questionable character, cough, cough, Tyreek Hill, Frank Clark, cough. Meanwhile, despite the hype job I just did on the 49ers, I don't feel they're the best team in the NFC. And while their defense is good, I think it's got some clear weaknesses. But I'm going to pick the Chiefs to win this game for two reasons. Reason one, Patrick Mahomes is clearly the best quarterback in the NFL.
I say is right for once.
Yeah, well, I'm always right. But Patrick Mahomes is clearly the best quarterback in the NFL and one of the most marketable players they've got. If he succeeds, it's good for the NFL. Pair that with the rule changes that favor a passing attack, and the Chiefs have the advantage over the 49ers defense. Then reason two, there are no survivors of 28-3. Kyle Shanahan has escaped the curse of the football gods by exiting the Atlanta Falcons after the 2017 Super Bowl. However, Shanahan cannot hide on the biggest stage in the world. This means he is overdue for a demoralizing loss in the biggest game of his career. That's just how these things are. The final score is going to be Chiefs 33, 49ers 30. The heartbreaking aspect of this will come from a missed 47-yard field goal by Robbie Gould III that will have sent the game to overtime. The Super Bowl MVP will be Patrick Mahomes. The loudest speech after the game will be from Frank Clark, stating that how great he is and that he can't wait to go to Disney World, before realizing that Disney World has banned him due to his questionable past of beating up women.
What'd you say the score would be?
33-30.
You think the Niners are going to be able to put 30 points up on the Chiefs.
Put 48 up on the Saints.
Oh, that's true. But, I mean, I don't know. I
Put
don't see their
27 up on a better
running
Minnesota
offense being-
Vikings defense.
What'd you say?
Saying that the 49ers offense is bad feels intentionally ignorant. Just because they haven't been using their passing attack doesn't mean it's not there.
I'm saying I feel like the pressure of the moment is going to get to them somewhat, and their offense may not be as productive because of it.
I think it's stupid to say players feel pressure in the biggest game of their careers, even if it is the biggest game of their careers, because these are professional athletes. That and Jimmy Garoppolo does already have 2 Super Bowl rings, so I don't think he's going to crack under pressure.
Oh, Jimmy Garoppolo won the 2 Super Bowl.
Well, as a matter of fact, he has the ring, so yes, he won those 2 Super Bowl rings.
Well, he didn't even play in the game, though.
And still a winner.
So he didn't really win them. He just
You are making me argue against my own point. The Chiefs will win this game. The 49ers will have their hearts ripped out. But saying the 49ers offense will struggle feels like it's bait, and I will not respond to
that. Yeah, because you can't handle these mind games. You can't handle the A side, Isaiah.
I can handle myself just fine. I'll post some videos of that if you like. But that's getting off topic. Would you have anything else you'd like to add about the Super Bowl predictions?
I would not. I mean, I've said what I got to say. I think the Chiefs are going to win. Isaiah thinks the Chiefs are going to win. Let us know who you think is going to win. We will see you next week probably at some point with some other topic with who won the game. Whatever. See ya.